Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Ben, and I'm a fourth-year computer science major here at UCLA. So I want to start off with a couple questions for you guys. How many of you have gone to the gym the past week? Raise your hands. Okay. How many wanted to go to the gym the past week? How many think that you, or how many know you should have gone to the gym the past week? Okay. So we're GymBud. The problem we're trying to address is people going to the gym alone. So the problem with that is you get injured, and the other problem is we want to get you to the gym in the first place. So motivation. And the solution is our iOS app. So we're a mobile app company, and these are kind of some screenshots from the app that exist, and this version of the app will be coming out soon. And we're basically here to get college students to come to the gym together. Our business model is to build a de facto way for college students to go to the gym together in Southern California. We're going to do this by creating strategic partnerships with different brands to create engagement. What this means is, let's say you go to a workout through GymBud. At the end, you get a little notification that says, "How was your workout?" In addition to that notification, you also get a little coupon to, say, Jamba Juice for a free boost. And then Jamba Juice will get more business, and we get retention because people will come back to the app to get that coupons. And lastly, we want to create an engaging app where people will come back. And that's part of the strategic partnership little segment. So what makes us magical? We're using a free platform for developing the app, so we can scale within UCLA for free and start off that way. So we're trying to create the scheduling system that no one else has created yet for college students to go to the gym together. And we think that we have that solved. And so what we're going to do is we have an invite system, and we also have a texting system to invite people that way. So there's both a system inside the app and through texting. So what are we going to do to market the app? So we have a Google AdWords campaign running right now just to test out how that works. We also are going to be doing some Facebook promotions. And the majority of the marketing though is going to be on campus. So we're targeting college students primarily. If you can see that little graphic, so the total available market for college students that want to go to the gym is about 7 million people in the United States. We did this math based on a survey that tells us that about 40% of college students go to the gym at least once a week. And we're trying to get those people to the gym, A, more often, and B, with a partner. And then this TSM, this total serviceable market that we're mentioning here, is the UCLA population that we're going after. So there's about 10,000 people that we think we can reach at UCLA that we can help. And so back to the on-campus marketing. So we want to go to the dorms, the freshman centers, and like Wooden, where you are right now, and advertise there. So that means going to like the dean of innovation and talking to them and trying to sell the idea that we can improve college student life by creating opportunities for college students to go to the gym together and increase their fitness. And then lastly, we want to create a set of wearables, so like shirts, gym bags, towels, socks, bottles, that are given out as promotional materials for GymBud. So let's say if you're in the top 10% of GymBud users, you get a gold GymBud shirt. Something like that would be something that we want to do in the future. So what is the competition like in this market? So there's another website called another company that has a website called Exercise Friends, and what they do is similar in terms of they get people to go to work out together, but they're very untargeted. So they don't target college students, and they don't have a mobile app, which means that they have to go through the web. Vint is a mobile app that does fitness through like workouts, but through licensed or trained trainers that Vint certifies. But that requires a monthly subscription and is not free, unlike GymBud. And lastly, Fit In is probably the closest competitor, and they have a similar let's go work out one-on-one partner type idea, but they're not targeted at college students. And they're also don't use the same methods of invitation and scheduling that we do. And that's where our big focus is. So they're more of a social platform, and we're much more of a scheduling platform. And also, this user refresh cycle thing means that since we're targeted college students, every year there's a new population of college students that comes in as freshmen. And so that means that every year we get our market refreshes itself, which is really cool. So the team is me, I'm the CEO and founder. Like I said, I'm a computer science major here at UCLA. We have Chris here who will be up here with me for the Q&A, who is just graduated MBA, with an MBA from UCLA Anderson. And we have a couple other people who help us out on the design side and on the product and UX side. So where are we going with this in terms of money? Our goal is to get about 30,000 downloads in the first year, scaling from about 1,500 downloads the first month to about 4,000 to 5,000 in month 12. From that, we expect about 4,000 active users, a little more than 10%. And what an active user is someone who uses the app for about 3 to 4 weeks, about once a day for 10 minutes. And that's what we call an active user. And so from those users, we can get about $20,000 in ad revenue. And the cost of all this operating, so I said that we're using a free platform. One of the features that we're implementing now that's going to actually cost some money is a texting service that I talked about. And that's going to cost about $5,000 to operate throughout the whole year, assuming that all the active users are making an event every day. So this is like the upper bound of the cost for that service. And then the total cost that I'm mentioning here includes any promotional and marketing activities that we want to perform during the first year. And the roadmap for what we want to do in the future is the following. So we want to update the website and make it more mobile friendly, and make it possible to access your GymBud account on the web, because right now it's only accessible through the app. We also want to increase our exposure from just UCLA to other Southern California schools, starting after a couple months of testing at UCLA. And then we also definitely want to go into an Android app, because right now we're only up for iOS. And that's going to require a lot of development. And we also want to start developing for the iWatch, or the Apple Watch, sorry, and other smartwatches. So our goal is to be one of the default apps on those devices for scheduling events at the gym. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Awesome. What kind of advertising partnerships do you expect you're going to be able to get?
Sure. So, kind of the target is that when you finish your workout, you'll get a notification from a local place. So as you're leaving, for example, here it might say, "Why don't you go back to Ackman," or either some type of, could be like a Jamba Juice, or if you're doing multiple, so like as this gets expanded, and you could be having yoga, so you might do, after your 25th thing of yoga, it says, "Congratulations, you get a discount at this local yoga goods store," or something like that.
Have you taken this idea to any local establishments to see what their thoughts are on it? Like, have they?
We've not, in that the product is not completely defined, so we'd either be taking just like a screenshot, and then they'd want to see how it works. So we're trying to
because the development of those features would need some more time, and we're not ready for that yet. Yeah.
Thinking about using Twilio's API for the SMS.
Correct.
Have you considered Frontline? It's free. It's a humanitarian tool. It's just so cheap.
I haven't heard of it. Thank you.
So if you had to kind of simplify your product into something that you thought was minimally viable, like
Right.
the least amount of features, the simplest thing you could get out there and start testing, what
Yeah.
might that look
So
like?
what that looks like, and it's pretty much what we have now,
Okay.
and that's setting up workouts purely for weightlifting. So let me go back to the screenshot. So kind of like this is the homepage where you have all these body parts you can select. Going from there to creating an event, which means putting a time and a location basically, and then inviting people or creating an event for other people to just join. So those are the couple of key features that we really want to have.
Like, how do you envision this working? Like, do I just do this and then like meet a random person at Wooden, or how exactly?
So there's a couple options, and one of the reasons that we're going to implement this technical system is to kind of avoid that, because we've gotten some feedback that says that people don't really want to go work out with someone random necessarily, but that is one of the options. So if you just create an event and you don't have any friends right now that want to go work out with you, then you can create an event and have other people join you, and that's like the version 1 of what we've done. Version 2 is adding the ability of, okay, I'm going to create an event, I want to work out in, let's say, 20 minutes. Let's invite 10 of my friends who might be able to work out and see if they want to join me, and if they don't, then someone random can probably join me. So that's what we're trying to build right now.
And also to kind of touch on that a little bit is that when I was here and you'd go to Wooden, you'd see a lot of people at the same time, and you might be like, if Ben's doing a chest exercise, you might be 5 minutes behind them. Like, they'd be doing their exercise, and then you kind of know that you're moving there next. When in essence, if you had said we should be working out together and you show up 10 minutes, earlier, you could be having someone to help with the motivation and the safety side. So, while it might not be completely random, it's kind of random.
Do you guys have some kind of way to set up profiles so that people who have similar exercise, like weights and so forth, and resistance might be paired together?
So that's the goal. We need more data for that to be implemented more thoroughly. Right now, the way it works is you can create a profile that basically has 2 major questions other than like your name, your gender, and your age. So other than that basic information, we ask, what are your weightlifting goals? So that is, and the example for that is like, I want to bench 200 in like next month. So that's to that point, and then when are you usually available? And with those, we want to be able to match people using our algorithm, but we haven't developed that fully yet. So that's definitely in the plan.
Any more questions?
So right now, there's nothing to match people based on strength.
No, not right now.
So how many users?
So right now we're in V1 beta, and we have about 50 users. We're going to be launching more heavily at UCLA in the winter quarter, start winter quarter. So our goal is to start that growth I was talking about, is to start that start winter quarter when the version 2 comes out of the app, which is these screenshots. If you look up GymBud for UCLA on the App Store, you'll find version 1 if you're curious. And just wait for the update, and then it'll be good to go.
Have you thought about what other exercise styles or
Right.
types you're going to add in what order? Because I go to the gym, I don't see a lot of people with
Right.
so I see people with yoga and stationary things.
Right.
In class.
So we want to go into that as soon as we can. We want to make sure that the weightlifting works first, because that was our major focus in the first place. But things that we want to add are yoga, of course, like CrossFit. We want to add running. But the problem with some of these activities is they're not necessarily at the gym. And so we want to start with activities that are still at the gym to avoid the problem of someone coming up and saying, I want to run at 11 p.m. in the dark off somewhere in a random location, and then someone getting abducted. That would be really bad. So we want to have people come to the gym at first. So any activity that comes to the gym, we'll start with that, and then we'll expand to activities outside the gym.
And it'll give feedback as well, and that we can ask the users, what do you want to see next? And then we look at it.
Okay. Cool. I think that's it for questions. Again, if you guys are interested in talking to them, they'll be at the booth at the back. So after the presentations, feel free to talk to them too. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer more questions. So again, we have the final team presenting. Patrick from Playful.
Cool.
So.